Alright, so it's day number 7. This review's a little bit late. This movie came out last week, but I've been stranded here in the Flick Cave, so that's a good reason. But yeah, I've been eating Sour Patch Kids and ketchup ever since, and I'm all out of Sour Patch Kids. So with all that said, it's time to science the shit out of this and review The Martian. During a manned mission to Mars, astronaut Mark Watney is presumed dead after a storm and is left stranded on Mars with only his wits and video vlogging skills to keep him alive. Hey there guys, how are you? Sorry for the delay on this video and, well, pretty much every video on this channel. I assure you I am still alive. This isn't some kind of weird hologram or anything, and I'm ready to make more videos, and a lot of people have said, John, where are you? I want you back. And I'm just like, you wanted me? Here I am. And by the way, at the end of this video, join me for a special Geek Fuel unboxing where I open this bad boy up and there's actually something in there that relates to the movie The Martian. I'm not quite sure what it is, but we'll find out. The Martian is directed by Ridley Scott and stars Jessica Chastain, Matt Damon, Kristen Wiig, Jeff Daniels, and Michael Pena. The Martian is directed by Ridley Scott, and over the last couple years, Ridley Scott's been hit or miss, and by hit or miss, I mean he either makes a really good movie or just a really bad movie. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, father to a dead son, husband to a dead wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. It's Gladiator. But with the film The Martian, Ridley Scott went back to his sci-fi roots, you know, like Blade Runner, Alien, those really good movies that made him who he is as a director. Now the film The Martian is a space sci-fi film, but it's based in reality and it's based on real science, and that's my favorite thing about movies like this, because I like over-the-top sci-fi adventure films, and they're fun, but sometimes when you just base everything on reality, or at least kind of tweak things to make the audience think it's based on science, it's really enjoyable and it just kind of grounds that story and you can put yourself in that situation because it feels more realistic. On a quick side note, could you imagine if at the end of The Martian, a xenomorph burst out of Matt Damon's fucking chest? Like that could have just been another prequel to Alien. And I'm not an astronaut or an engineer or a mathematician or a singer or a dancer. I'm just some dude in a room making YouTube videos, but a lot of things that go down in this movie, I was like, yeah, I buy into that. Yeah, why not take that plutonium core out and use it as a heater? They actually do that in the movie. Yeah, if you don't know what plutonium is, it's the shit that powered the DeLorean so it could go back to the future. Now, pretty much the way that this movie's laid out is it cuts back and forth to Matt Damon stranded on Mars and NASA headquarters where they're trying to figure out how to get in contact with him and try to get him back home. And I was actually surprised how intriguing I found the other side of the story, the things that take place at NASA headquarters, because it wasn't just people sitting around in a computer room looking at monitors trying to get in touch with Matt Damon. No, they had teams of engineers and astrophysicists trying to figure out creative ways for Matt Damon to survive longer on Mars. Now let's get into the good stuff. Let's talk about Matt Damon stranded on Mars. And I love movies like this. I love movies where you just have one character, he's stuck in one location, he's stranded away from society, because in my own head, I'm like, I would like to be there. I would like to be stuck on Mars or a deserted island. I'm referencing Tom Hanks in the movie Castaway, but you know what? If you like the movie Castaway, I don't know how you couldn't like a movie like The Martian. And thinking about both those movies, there's actually a lot of similarities between the two. You have two likable main characters who interject humor to add levity to the serious situations that they're in. You have to be smart to survive in situations like this. And me, I wouldn't say I'm a dumbass, but I would probably be dead within a day in both situations. I would have no fucking clue how to open up a coconut to drink the milk out of it, let alone growing potatoes on Mars. Now, like I said a few seconds ago, this movie does have a fairly large cast, but the main character we need to talk about is Matt Damon as astronaut Mark Watney, because about 60% of this movie is just Matt Damon doing things on Mars trying to survive. And if you don't have a likable actor with great screen presence to carry that role, well, it's not going to be a very good movie. And did Matt Damon do all of those things? I would say yeah, Matt Damon does have that likability about him. You buy him as a scientist, and when he delivers some of the comedic one-liners or some of the things that add levity to this film, like listening to disco music or eating ketchup or making video vlogs, which by the way, I quickly want to talk about this. Now, throughout this movie, there's a lot of exposition and there's things that have to be explained to the audience, and rather than Matt Damon mumbling things to himself to help the audience figure out what's going on, he actually talks to a video camera. Basically, Matt Damon is video vlogging on Mars. It's, you know, I do that every once in a while, but I do it in my house or in my car, but I really like that aspect about it, and I was thinking to myself, what if astronaut Mark Watney had a YouTube channel? Like, could you imagine those vlog videos and the views that they would get? I don't know, I would just like to see a guy on Mars growing potatoes eating ketchup. Here are my final flicking thoughts on the film The Martian. Overall, this is a solid movie. Judging by the trailers, is this movie what you expect it to be? I would say, yeah, it's pretty much what I expected it to be, with actually a few twists and turns I was pleasantly surprised by. My biggest negative with this movie is there's a lot of room for suspense in this film, and they do have that, don't get me wrong, but there's other times where they kind of cut it a little bit too short, where they could have made it more suspenseful and carried it a little bit longer to put you on the edge of your seat, but they kind of just stop it a little too quick at times. And my one other negative with the film is some things get washed over a little bit too quickly. There's some details, some scientific things that they go into the movie, and I'm like, yeah, tell me more about that, but they kind of just wash over it really quickly. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess you didn't want to tell me about that. Yeah, those are really my only negatives with the film. Overall, this was a fun sci-fi film based on science. Matt Damon really did a perfect job as the role of Mark Watney. So overall, I'm going to give this movie an A-. Okay, I'm gonna open this Geek Fuel box now, but before I do, I have a question for you guys, and let me know down below in the comments section, what is your favorite film where the character is actually trapped in one place? Yeah, let me know. If I had to pick one off the top of my head, I would probably go with Castaway. All right, now it's time to open this Geek Fuel box up. And by the way, if you guys want to check this out, if you go through my link down below in the description box, it's a very special link, because if you go through it, you get an extra item if you sign up for Geek Fuel. So yeah, check that out. But now let's open this up. By the way, opening these up makes me feel like a little kid on my birthday. It just feels really good. The first thing we have here, it's actually the thing that relates to the Martian. It's a pin that has all the astronauts' names from the movie, and it says Ares on it. So that's really cool. All right. Yeah, there's Watney right there. Okay, the next thing we have here is a poster. Not sure what's on this. Let's check it out. I was gonna try to blow it off, but it didn't happen. Check it out. It's the badass Kylo Ren from the upcoming Star Wars Episode 7. That's a cool little poster. All right, we also have the Geek Fuel magazine in there. I actually put that in the Batman bathroom. It makes for good reading material. All right, the next thing we have here is actually a downloadable game that comes with it. It's called, what is that, Roach Fusion? I don't know how to read, but anyway, it's worth $12 and it comes with Geek Fuel, the box. Yeah, so you enter in the promo code, you can download the game. All right, the next thing we have here is called Nailed It, a geeky gift for her. So yeah, it's like a chick thing, and you put it on your nails. Why does it have to be for chicks? Why can't it be for guys too? That looks like fun on a Friday night. Next up, we have a Bob's Burgers comic book. I never really watched Bob's Burgers. Is that good? I never watched it. Is it funny? All right. And actually we have two more. These are cool. Okay. All right. Both bigger items. This right here is a Doctor Who ice cube tray. Now, I'm a guy. I live alone right now. And things like this I find very useful, an ice cube tray. But check that out. Check that out. It has like the phone booth and everything. That's awesome. Like, I want to go make ice right now and put this in a drink. Just remember, 3 phone booths, no more, no less. And last but certainly not least, my favorite thing about these boxes is every month they come with an awesome t-shirt, and I've yet to be let down. Now this t-shirt right here, if you guys are in the Star Wars mood, I think you guys are going to rather enjoy it. Check that out. The biggest badass bounty hunter in the galaxy. And as usual, with every t-shirt, I gotta try it on, so I'll be right back. It just feels good. It's all cottony. Actually, this is a t-shirt I want to wear, like especially in videos. By the way, don't gray t-shirts just look good in here? I'm just like, I like gray t-shirts. I own like 87 of them. Anyway, guys, that's the Geek Fuel box. Like I said, check out the link down below if you guys want a closer look at it. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts, your opinions down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.